Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 436.
436.
Of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. We met with Becky during the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind media event. You know, she was there researching as she always does. Mm-hmm. But check them out. They can help you with anything you need as far as travel, especially Disney. I mean, they're always researching Disney. So if you're booking with them, they can pretty much
we
really
discussed some
you.
of our own bookings
we
coming
did.
up with the cruise.
We have the Disney Wish on booked with MEI. So check out their website, and it's a no obligation quote.
And you'll notice we're a bit late for this week's show. We originally planned to do it about a week ago.
But we tested positive for COVID.
Well, I tested positive.
You did?
1 week ago today, last Friday. So it's now day 8, actually.
But I was also having symptoms at that time. So anyway, our voices are still a little weak.
But much better. I'm feeling much better now.
And we are showing us there without a mask, but we had our mask on
we
almost
were
all the time.
Fully masked.
But
and we did everything right. But, you know, a lot of people are getting it
It's
right now.
just going around at this point. And so anyway, we're almost just about better, actually. And but we're going to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind because it's a wonderful, amazing new attraction at EPCOT, and I don't say that lightly. It's one of my favorites at Walt Disney World now.
It is spectacular, and I myself rode it 11 times on that day that we were there, and I can't
6.
wait. I can't wait to ride it again. Hopefully this Sunday, a few more days from now. So
we're in the Galaxarium. I want to say I'm probably saying it wrong.
Galaxarium.
Yes.
We'll let the Imagineers describe what it is.
I don't always say things quite right, but you know. The whole queue I thought was really well done. So, we're going to talk to the Imagineers now. We did do an interview with them, and here they are.
My name is Ashley Levine. I am the project estimator on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
My name is Daniel Joseph with Walt Disney Imagineering. I'm a special effects and illusion designer.
My name is Betty Lombardi, project coordination for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
And we were brought inside. Can you tell us a little bit about the queue and what we're looking at in this area?
Sure. When you first enter the Wonders of Xandar Pavilion, you're going to learn a lot about the people of Xandar and how they're related to us here on Earth. The people of Xandar call our Earth planet Terra, so it's a lot about connectivity between the Xandarians and Terrans, and they explore that through the people, the culture, and the history of Xandar.
The culmination of the presentation here in the queue area is a really special treat where the Nova Corps are actually sharing this brand new technology called a cosmic generator. This cosmic generator creates jump points that allow travel through space and time super quickly.
Yes, in this pavilion itself, just like World Showcase, is our first Otherworld pavilion, which is kind of cool. So it's in the same kind of cadence as our World Showcase pavilions, but this is, instead of another country, a whole other culture, a whole other world that has been brought here to EPCOT that you get to come through and see.
And are there any like Easter eggs or things that guests should look for while they're in the queue?
I think you'll be surprised to see a lot of Easter eggs. There's a lot of, like I said before, there's a lot of connectivity back to here on Earth. And of course, big part of EPCOT is Walt Disney. So you'll see some introductions of him and how he influenced their motivation to come here to EPCOT. But also, this wasn't a different attraction before this, so you will see some fun jokes in other parts of the attraction that kind of hint back to that.
I definitely recommend folks stay tuned for the Good Morning Xandar in the Xandar Gallery. It is phenomenal and you will not be disappointed.
Yes, as Imagineers, you know, we also are fans too, and because of that, we've definitely injected some of those little nods and Easter eggs into a bunch of the different areas.
And can you talk about the ride experience and really what makes Guardians of the Galaxy stand out from other roller coasters?
So this is the first Omni coaster, is what we call it. What we've done is we've really built upon the Imagineers before us and taken the traditional Omni mover attractions that are known for rotating and pointing guests in the direction of the action, and we've combined that with roller coaster technology. So really we're able to provide an action-packed, thrilling experience that really immerses our guests into the galactic energy of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Also, it's Disney's first reverse launch coaster, so that's another fun treat as well.
And with the scale of the attraction being such a giant show building, it really does feel like the vastness of space. And believe it or not, making space inside a giant building is actually really difficult. And I think we pulled that off in a really fun new way. Again, building off of our ancestral previous Imagineers and some of the cool things that they've invented over the years. We came up with some really fun new techniques to make this place really feel like space.
And you can, could you talk about the music choices for the ride?
The music, the mixtape, I love it. Imagineers tested over 100 songs to try to find the right feel and spirit that fits both the ride movement and the story. So to condense it down to 6 songs was rather difficult. But of the 6, they're all very different. They're from the same 70s, 80s genres, but they all have different feels, different types of fun when you do ride with them.
Thank you very much. I think that's it. Did you have anything? Because I know we have about 5 minutes.
No, I think we're good. Thank you, guys. It was a pleasure to meet all of
You
you.
as well. I'm so excited to ride in the
I can't wait. We're excited for us to ride too. And the thing is, we really had never even been in the building. Normally when we do these events, we've actually ridden before we'll do something like our interviews or even our ride cams.
And also the queue had not yet been turned on, so we couldn't see anything yet. Now, right now, we're looking at, we're in the Xandar Gallery, where guests learn more about the Xandarian people, culture and such. But Walt was right there too. They, honor Walt.
Well, and a part of the Xandar story, they compared Walt and, him being a visionary, the original plan for EPCOT. So a nice nod to Walt Disney himself and the original EPCOT. I mean, we are at what EPCOT Center was originally envisioned at, but something completely different.
And this is a Xandarian city model, which sort of reminds me of being in the TTA, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority, People Mover. This city is but a dream. That's what it reminds me of.
I never had that.
That's what when I saw it, that's what it reminded me of.
That is very interesting. I know you're thinking of the Progress City model that originally appeared at the 1964-65 World's Fair in New York, then went to Disneyland, California, and now, to this day, still exists at Walt Disney World.
I still remember the old, when they would say, this city is but a dream,
yes.
To make it real, you will have to use our resources wisely, not wastefully, today and tomorrow. That's like the old spiel. So we were just looking at the Nova Corps Star Blaster in the queue. And also, now we're going to look at this Good Morning Xandar, which is, hopefully the queue will move slow enough, although I don't think it does. I think the queue will move fairly quickly. But to get to see a little of this, because I thought it was really fun.
And here they are, all 3 interviews for you.
Peter Quill, thank you for joining me today. The leader of your group was telling me about the plan to save Xandar from the Rogue Crew.
Wait, did you say the leader? I'm the leader. Wait, who said that?
It was Rocket.
Well, don't believe anything Rocket says.
But he said it was your plan.
Well, okay. You can't believe that.
It was 12% of a plan.
Right? Well, go on, introduce yourself.
Have you forgotten who I am? His brain is so fragile.
This is none other than Drax the Destroyer.
See? Even she knows who I am.
Anyways, I danced circles around the Kree dude. Totally saved the day.
Your weird and embarrassing dances, it was a means of distraction so that Rocket could destroy the Kree flag.
Thank you, Drax, for setting the record straight for our viewers.
You are welcome.
What courage, Peter Quill. To flail around like a total fool to help save the day.
No, Casey, you're not really making it sound as intense and dangerous as it actually was.
I'm sure it was very intense. We'll learn more about just how intense and dangerous it was in just a moment. I am absolutely thrilled to speak with the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I'm the leader. And I'm also the captain. Captain Leader.
I thought the leader was Star-Lord?
Nah, we only let him think that. And don't call him Star-Lord. His close friends call him P.J. Quill.
Noted, thank you. So, it was your idea to help Xandar?
More or less. Okay. It wasn't exactly my idea.
Is this the famous Groot? Every Xandarian knows how you gave your life to save the rest of the Guardians that day of the battle. Tell us in your own words how that felt.
I am Groot.
You gotta forgive him. He's got what you call a limited vocabulary. What he's trying to say is he did sacrifice himself to save us all, and Xandar. Fortunately, he's plant-based, so we grew him back. And they grow up so fast, especially when you water them.
It would appear so. So back to my original question, whose idea was it to save Xandar?
It was Quill's. He had this half-baked plan, and we saved his butt. End of story.
I am Groot.
Okay, it was 3/4 baked. But we were all heroes that day.
I am Groot.
I'll be back with more of the Guardians in a moment. It's not often one gets to interview the most dangerous woman in the galaxy. Welcome, Gamora.
Wait, who called me that?
Peter Quill.
You mean Star-Lord?
Oh, I was told he hates that name.
Oh, yeah, he does. He really hates it.
So how did you Guardians end up teaming up with the Ravagers? They normally only work for themselves.
Well, we like them.
And was that part of Peter Quill's plan?
You mean the plan that didn't go according to plan? We were completely outnumbered. In the end, though, we were able to defeat the Rogue Creed. But we couldn't have done it without Quill.
That's right.
And here he is now, Peter Quill. What do you have to say about this?
You know, it was really a group effort to execute my plan. Thank you, Gamora.
I only said it because you told me to.
I would love to hear more about how Terra was chosen for this Wonders of Xandar tour.
Well, that was totally my idea. And EPCOT, too, because I love that place. It's awesome. I went there as a kid, and I cannot wait to get to go back and ride Horizons. Also want to see the energy, dinosaurs, and, of course, hear the veggie fruit. It's the best. Can't wait.
Okay, well, I'm sure it will be wonderful for you to relive all of those memories again. And it's thanks to the Guardians that Xandar is reaching out to other cultures across the galaxy.
I actually quite enjoyed that, and I like the the references to EPCOT. I really the old EPCOT.
Yes, I think Peter Quill though might be just a little disappointed when he gets back to current EPCOT. But you never know, maybe he'll like it better.
He gets to ride his ride.
That's true. That is very true.
So, but anyway, we're going to also be looking at the pre-shows, which set up everything that will happen, and then you get to ride the ride.
And just on a side note, we were able to record these with full permission from Disney. So even though during the pre-show it tells you he's very serious about no recording, it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings, Terrans. I am Nova Prime Irani Rayan, commander of the Nova Corps. On behalf of all Xandarians, I hope you have enjoyed exploring the wonders of Xandar. As you have seen, your world and ours were born of the same moment, one which you refer to as the Big Bang. As such, we are all galactic neighbors in a vast universe which we and countless others share. For you to travel to Xandar would take 2.5 million years, assuming you had a ship that could fly at the speed of light. So we decided to come to you. But even we could not have reached you so easily were it not for the Cosmic Generator, an advanced piece of Xandarian technology that creates jump points, artificial tunnels that act as shortcuts, linking distant points in space. It is our desire to share this wondrous technology with your people so that together we might explore new worlds and create a brighter tomorrow. And now, as the culmination of the wonders of Xandar, you will be teleported to a Nova ship above your planet for a demonstration of the Cosmic Generator. I trust you will find it an unforgettable experience.
Welcome, people of EPCOT, EPCOTers, EPCOTians, citizens of EPCOT. Does anyone know what they call themselves? What? I'm on? Someone needs to tell me what I'm on. Welcome, EPCOT Terrans. I am Centurion Tal Merrick, and we're just about ready to teleport you up to the ship for the demonstration. As you're about to enter a secure Nova area, I must ask you to put away your Terran communication devices at this time. Recording of any type is strictly prohibited. I am very serious about this. Now, please step forward into the chamber. You're gonna love this. Stand where I told them to, okay? Stand by for teleportation. Is everyone in? Here we go. You made it! I mean, of course you did. Nova Prime? They're ready.
Excellent. What you see before you is the cosmic generator. And in just a few moments, we'll be activating it so you can experience for yourselves what's happening.
I'm not sure. Our power's out. And the cosmic generator is gone.
Cheer demonic. Go to Code Red. Prepare the fleet. And call the Guardians. Now.
There is no cause for alarm. Turn off that alarm. I've got an important transmission coming in.
Hey, what's up, Nova Corps?
Our cosmic generator has been stolen.
What?
How?
Why didn't we think of that? That thing's gotta be worth a fortune.
I am Groot.
Good question.
Yeah, who do you think took it?
Perhaps that really big man outside your ship. Oh, that is a big man. I need to alert Nova Prime. I have been watching Terrans for eons.
That's not creepy at all.
This species has failed.
Wait, whoa, we didn't even know there was a test.
It's not the cosmic generator. It's creating a new jump point.
Jump point to where?
Not where. When.
Some kind of mutant jump point.
It's going back to the dawn of time.
Why?
To erase an error.
Well, that doesn't sound good.
Your time is over.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean it's so vague?
The jump point is closing.
Hey, no, you know according to follow that whatever it is until we get there.
We can't. Our power's down, and I've got to get these Terrans onto evacuation shuttles.
I got it. I already broken the shuttles to follow through the jump point.
What?
Look, they're our only chance of keeping track of that whack job until we get the cosmic generator back. Piece of cake.
What?
There's Kate. Where's the escape? The odds are impossible,
Yeah.
but it's our only shot. Good luck.
Are you sure you can control it?
Come on, it's me. We got this.
We're all toast.
First it was cake, now there is toast. This plan is making me so hungry. Terrans, listen up. You need to make your way to the evacuation shuttle now. We'll follow with the fleet and we get our power back. I mean, when we get our power back.
So now the part we have been waiting for the whole time, we're going to make our way to these evacuation shuttles, which are actually roller coaster vehicles that are going to provide this awesome ride.
And there's six, just before we get on them, 6 different songs that you could hear. Like my favorite of the 4 that I did was One Way or Another.
Mm-hmm.
But
The
I
Blondie
did,
song.
yes, I did that twice. And I ran by Flock of Seagulls twice. But Everybody Wants to Rule the World feels very slow to me on the, it depends what song you get.
And I got conga a lot, like 4 times.
I got that once. And it totally changed. It kind of changes the feeling of the
Changes
coaster,
the mood, changes the ride. You need to ride it many times.
If you can,
If you can, right.
Right. Like, I mean, we were very fortunate to be able to ride multiple times in a day.
Yeah, from now on, it'll be one time only, if we're lucky.
Probably, yeah. So, well, it just depends. Like if we do we're going to do the pass holder preview and such.
Correct,
So
correct.
maybe that will just be one time too. But I'm really looking forward to riding again and again over the coming years. And trying, different songs and everything.
Now, we've been getting, at least I have been getting a lot of questions about motion sickness. And for me, this is one of the most smooth roller coasters I have ever been on. Somebody said, kind of like if you had Space Mountain and you built it now with current technology. I agree. This is kind of what it would be like.
However, it does kind of, it turns and spins, and it's, even though it's controlled, I have talked to one person who had problems with it. So it isn't the smoothness that is kind of the issue. It's the turning for some. Like, I don't have the issue. The only attraction that I really have an issue with in Walt Disney World is Mission Space. And it doesn't matter if it's the spinning one or not. It's more the enclosed aspect of it. But this one does move.
And it certainly doesn't spin like a Crush's coaster at the Walt Disney Studios Paris, where that thing whips around like the dinosaur coaster used to.
For me, it's similar. Like, to me, it has a similar feel to it.
Look at how smooth
it is. Smooth.
They are being shown what the Imagineers want you to see. So you're not spinning, you're turning to face the scenes.
It's, to me, it's a relatively intense coaster, but not intense like if you go to Six Flags or something.
Mm-hmm.
But for some who have motion sickness, this won't be really a ride for them.
Right. But for everybody else,
it's a fantastic ride. Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait to ride again.
But if you do have motion sickness, it's almost, I think, a 4-minute ride. And if you start out having an issue, that's kind of a long time to have the problems,
So you have to know your own.
Know your own limitations on something like, on the coaster.
So we're about to see footage from our ride cam, and that was truly the first time that we had ever ridden. It's, as I mentioned earlier in the show, very rare, maybe never have we done a ride cam to actually capture our first ride on something. So this was very exciting.
It was relatively early in the day, and it took us a while to get over to the building, so we almost were going to ride it before the interviews.
I'm glad we didn't, and here we are, and we're so happy, so excited to be on this thing, and it really, truly was exciting.
Well, we only got 45 seconds, so one thing I noticed at first was that my eyes teared up, and it only happened on the first one.
And that's the only time you probably row the front row. Because I think that happens in the front row only, because you don't have anything to block the wind.
Yeah, I mean, my eyes, like, I remember I just kept touching my eyes, and I kept saying, wow, this was really, it's really an incredible attraction, and well worth, going to EPCOT for.
And now, what would a Disney attractions be without merchandise, though, attraction? So now we're going to take a look at the Treasures of Xandar, which we were able to have a little preview in here.
And Treasures of Xandar is not open yet. It won't open until May 27th, which is the day that that the ride opens to the public. There's a lot of, really decent merchandise in here. Although somebody mentioned to me, none of it says like Cosmic Rewind.
Very interesting. I had not noticed that. We'll get back to that after we hear more about the merchandise.
Of course. So hi, I'm Elisa. Welcome to Treasures of Xandar. So we are here as part of the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind attraction to talk about all of the great merchandise that will be available starting on May 27th. So today we are showcasing a few of the collections, but we will have more available on the 27th as well. So one of the collections we're highlighting is our Heroes of Xandar. So we know at the end of the first film, the Guardians do help save Xandar. So in their eyes, they are the true rock stars of the galaxy with all of the planets that they've visited and saved. So we definitely went after that rock star vibe. We have this great inspiration, kind of that concert tee on the back. It actually lists all of, like, several of the planets that the Guardians have visited. I actually do have it, and I am wearing it here as well. So you can see the different locations that the Guardians have visited and that they've saved as well. So really fun, full family dressing that we have in this collection. We also went after a lot of the costume details that the Guardians do wear. So here we have our Peter Quill inspired jacket for both adult and youth. There's also look for Gamora as well too, so really extend that storytelling after the attraction. Probably one of my favorites is this Star-Lord helmet. So really cool for our older older kids and adults as well too. So we didn't forget about our adults. And what is neat about this one is actually the eyes do open up just like it does for Peter Quill as well too. Another collection that we're focusing on is honorary guardian. So on the attraction at the end, by helping the guardians, you are designated as an honorary guardian. So we did want to extend that storytelling throughout the ride as well too. So we have full family dressing, all in this navy blue color, and they're all identified by the honorary guardians badge. This is unique to that collection, and we took a lot of inspiration from the guardians costumes as well too. So you'll see across both the male and female lines inspiration from Peter Quill's jacket as well as Gamora and Mantis. So you can really pull in those guardian details as well. As you're riding the attraction too, you know that you do go through jump points. So we really wanted to kind of create that fun element that you see throughout. So this is really fun. You can get it out there. We have both Rocket and Groot. That just, as they're going through those crazy jump points.
Very accurate.
And maybe a little bit of a stress reliever too. This is a really exciting collection too. So we've partnered with Hasbro, and this is the first time that we're actually releasing all of the Guardians together in one set, as well as Groot through the years as well too. So you see Groot, baby Groot represented there, all the way to teen and adult Groot. So really great kind of one stop to capture all of those Guardians of the Galaxy characters. Speaking of Groot, we are also offering a Groot through the years collection. So really seeing Groot from baby Groot to kind of teen angst Groot to adult Groot. Probably one of my favorites is this posable plush. So we've done Groot before, but this one we learned from our franchise content partners that he actually smells like cedar and cinnamon. So this is a scented plush that smells like cedar and cinnamon. So not only is baby Groot super cute, but he's also very cozy as well too. And then of course we are at Walt Disney World, so we have this bubble blower here. So it plays 2 songs. Get on here. So you can rock out with Groot as you're blowing bubbles. So it plays Ain't No Mountain. And then this iconic song as well too. And then we learned that Peter Quill did visit EPCOT in the 80s. There was that Insta photo of him in front of Spaceship Earth. And so we know that, that time period, that decade is really important to Peter Quill. And he shared that information with the Xandarians as kind of what is, hip and trendy at this time. So we took a lot of inspiration from that time period as well as what was being sold at EPCOT at the time and created this line that we call Through the Eyes of Quill. So it takes a lot of inspiration from the artwork, the merchandise that was sold, some of the silhouettes that you see here. So this is very reminiscent of a Figment mug that came out in the early 80s at EPCOT with the striping detail. So we took a lot of inspiration just from piece types as well as silhouettes, and then gave it that twist of the Guardians of the Galaxy artwork. It's probably one of my favorite lines that you'll see here when it pulls in that we are here at EPCOT as well as the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is definitely one of our favorite pieces of artwork because you recognize it right away as that, art from EPCOT with just that twist of the Guardian ships on there. And then just like the hip pack and the off the shoulder, those are just so reminiscent of the 80s.
So I think this is my favorite area of the store here, the Through the Eyes of Quill merchandise. I see a bunch of these items that will probably make their way into our house.
At least, yes, at least a few items. It reminds me of the Vault collection that you can find around property.
Right, and, the classic vintage look to it all.
I think it's cool. And again, we did see one item that says Cosmic Rewind, but there's not
and
much here.
And it didn't even say it really. It said it's the Cosmic Rewind mix.
But it does mention Cosmic Rewind. But I had been asked about that. But I think, it's an interesting mix of items. I don't know how much of it will be only here, but some of it really, is you've got EPCOT on it. You might say the Wonders of Xandar Pavilion. So some of it, like here, you're not going to necessarily be seeing this at Disneyland, although you could. You never know what might show up, or at Disneyland Paris.
And what do you find very interesting and very different about this shop that's completely different to almost any other shop that you see with a major attraction?
Well, you have to go outside and then back in.
Correct. You do not exit through the gift shop, so
Correct.
It's totally different. I know they were mentioning they're not 100% sure yet how they were going to work it, but I think they're going to have some of the where you can pay on your app and then collect the merchandise. I'm not sure what they call that, but
right, the like a click and collect or something,
something, like,
something
that.
like that.
But I think that'll help. You know, you can pick out what you want, pay at the door,
Virtually.
virtual queue, maybe that's what it's called, or virtual checkout. Maybe it's virtual checkout.
We'll see. I mean, it's not a huge shop, so
right,
you know, it's
right.
going to be very popular.
Yeah.
So the ride itself, while we're looking at the merchandise, we'll have a virtual queue and then a paid lightning lane. So it will not at the beginning have standby. I don't know for how long.
I kind of like that it'll have the virtual queue though, because I've monitored, even though we have been home, I've monitored that the people that are out doing the pass holder previews, it's hot outside. The queue only holds about a half hour worth of waiting. So let's
Hopefully
say you have
that'll
2 or 3 hour wait. You know, I would want to be out. I know they just put in umbrellas now for the outside portion, so that will help a little bit. But otherwise, it is very hot out.
It's a very high capacity attraction. So hopefully they'll be able to get a lot of guests through a day. And we did not find it didn't really go down. I think it did while we were there, but I think they may have done it to, you know, because they were getting ready
to
for
set
the
up
party.
something else,
yes.
right?
So, I mean, it really was like a workhorse, you know, all day long, which was really terrific. And also, this is the first coaster attraction at Epcot, just to give a few other facts. First reverse launch for a Disney coaster, first Disney Omni coaster, and first Walt Disney World Guardians attraction. Plus, you can get 4 spaceship Earths inside the building, which is by volume. They say by volume.
Wow.
And I just want to mention also, again, while we're looking at the merchandise, it was kind of interesting because Disneyland Paris had shared something last week that I posted mentioning that the first onboard ride coaster, you know, the onboard audio coaster, of anywhere was Casey Jr. at Disneyland Paris, and that was 30 years ago. So I just want to say how amazing it is, you know, now 30 years later, how things have changed.
So now we're going to quickly set up a little welcoming moment from Mr. Josh tomorrow. So I'm just going to let that roll. Here it is.
It is great to see everyone. Welcome. We have a great party for all of you tonight. And listen, this is just one more way to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. We're so glad that you are all here with us. Walt said that Epcot will always be in a state of becoming. And look around at Epcot, the incredible transformation that's taking place all around us. This attraction, who got a chance to ride? It's insane. It's hard to describe. It is amazing. Our Imagineers have done an incredible job. I got to give a shout out to Kevin Feige from Marvel and his team, to the Walt Disney World team, and of course, our cast members who are here every day making magic for our guests. Let's give them all a huge round of applause. Okay, if you're ready for some good food, some great music, maybe a few drinks, let's get this party started.
I don't believe it. It is a real tearing party.
Will, slow down.
Now, would you tell Easy Rider to slow down? Hey, dude. Hey, party animals. Are you ready to party? Dance off, bro. Let's go.
There's no stopping him now.
Take it, dude.
I'm with Gamora. Have a good party.
Take a bet.
And what a party it was.
It was a good time.
And you know, I still felt 100% fine at this time. So I was able to fully enjoy this party.
It was, yeah. The band was great.
The band was great. And the effects, everyone knows I'm a big Kiss fan. So I love all the smoke and the fire and the fireworks. And this delivered.
I mean, I graduated in the 80s and, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. So to hear that music was really terrific.
Yeah, I think this song we're looking at now was Hit Me With Your Best Shot. Pat Benatar.
That was my song in high school for me.
A lot of classic 80s songs they played, mostly Guardian songs from the soundtrack, but it was a lot of fun. So while we're watching this awesome party, let's kind of sum up our thoughts on the attraction. Any tips, any advice? What do you have to say?
I love Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. I look forward to, writing it again. And, I mentioned it's very high, it's a high capacity attraction. So a lot of guests in a day should be able to ride it pretty much every day. And I think it's great that it's bringing guests to this part of the, you've got this and Connections Cafe, and you're bringing all these guests to this area at night. So it's not like everybody's in World Showcase. You're
right.
You're
It's going to spread out. It's going to make Epcot really a huge difference.
I mean, you've got the Ratatouille, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure all the way on the other side, and then you've got Frozen's pretty popular, and then here at the front of the park, so it's going to really spread things out, and it's going to give a lot of life to this section of the park. I think is it World Discovery? Is it World Celebration?
Is, yeah. It's
World
Discovery. This is World Discovery. Yes, this is World Discovery.
I don't even pay attention as to me it's Future World still in my head, and it's going to take a while to get used to the neighborhood concept, because Future World, that's almost 40 years ingrained in my mind still. Future World.
Well, we were very, very lucky. We were able to get into the D23 Guardians of the Galaxy event. That is this Sunday in a couple of days.
As long as we're...
But I think we are pretty much recovered at this point. And we'll test to make sure that is the case.
Yes, and also it will be good to get out of the house. We've been in the house for like 8 days now. And I'm ready.
I'm ready. Yeah. It should be a really nice time to be outside and enjoy some Epcot.
Yes.
And also, towards the end of next week, we'll have our pass holder preview experience. So that'll be fun too.
Yes, lots of Guardians coming up.
And then the 27th is opening day, so that'll be very interesting to see how it runs, when it officially opens on the 27th.
I think, it's going to be really a people pleaser. Like it's, almost everybody... except for anybody who might have the motion sickness, right?
Well, I have a friend who has that issue, and they were able to go through and fully enjoy the experience and the queue and everything, and they were able to bypass the ride no problem. So even if you have those issues, still fully enjoy this awesome experience.
The queue and the pre-show and everything. So...
that is another show.
Yes, that's another show.
We want to thank our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel.
Yes, head to their website, fill out a no obligation quote. Becky has been doing so much lately. I mean, she'll be on the Disney Wish. She'll be, they can answer questions for you if you're booking with them, and to, help you get the best deal. And we really recommend them.
Right, and they will be on the phone.
Yes,
so you don't have to.
Yes, just like I was. I was a travel agent for 7 years, Disney authorized vacation planner, and I was on that phone all day long.
And we just had that conversation.
Yes.
So it's very nice to have that in your corner, that's for sure. And next week, I have no idea. I guess we'll be able to talk about the D23 pass holder. Anything else? I think we're talking about going to the Magic Kingdom. Also, if we're up to it, going to Universal. Haven't been there in a while. So much to look forward to.
It sounds very ambitious. I don't know if we're going to get to all of
that. Very
ambitious. But we had other things that we learned about, including Magic Band Plus.
Right.
So that's something that we might be able to talk about also. But
so much. We have so much that we haven't talked about yet.
Right.
So you are correct.
So I think that's it.
So thanks again for listening. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.